Here we are in San Francisco, and I get to meet none other than Elliott Yamin.
Pleasure.
It's
Nice to meet
my
you.
pleasure.
Yeah.
This is great. Great
Thanks
to
for
have
having
you
me.
out in our city.
Great to be here.
And of course, I've seen you perform, and I just got such a warm heart because I could feel your good vibes for people with diabetes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
We're in California now, so we can talk like that here.
We can talk. It's all vibey in California. That's right. Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm a positive guy. I like to put out good vibes. So, and I like to, you know, get out as much as I can about diabetes and help bring it to the forefront and do my part. You know?
When I saw you perform, you said, at the end, let's cure this disease and let's do something about it. And I was impressed by that. It seemed like you came right out wanting to use some of your gifts to help.
Well, I saw it as an opportunity to use this huge platform that that TV gave me, and talk about my struggle with diabetes and help put a positive message and a positive person attach that to the actual disease and let people know that I have it too, and I've certainly had my fair share of struggles with it. At the same time, here I am getting to live out my dreams and really living life.
So tell us some of what dreams are yet to come. Do you visualize yourself in different areas? Or
yeah,
traveling?
I'm all over the place, man. I really have a lot. I've have so many goals. Right now I'm in the studio working on my next record, which should hopefully be out, in sometime between the fall and the winter time.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just been doing a lot of promotions in Japan. My album just came out in Japan, which is great, and we're doing really well over there. And
The first one?
the first one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
You performed over there?
I performed some acoustic events there, but not any like full shows just yet. We're probably going to go back in September and October, and I'll bring my whole band back with me, and we'll do maybe 5 to 7 like real big, real shows, which will be really exciting. So I'm really looking forward to touring over there. And let's see what else. I mean, I had an offer from Broadway to do some Broadway stuff, and I've always dreamed of doing that, but the timing just hasn't been right, but I would love to do a Broadway show one of these days, hopefully sooner than later. I think when one door closes, sometimes another one tends to open, especially in my world these days. So I'm pretty positive that that I'll get another shot at it. It's just I've had so many things on my plate and I've been so busy, so I just haven't had the time to be able to commit a full 13 to 20 weeks in a row to a Broadway show. I'm just trying to focus on my music. And
Where are the songs coming from?
the songs are coming from right here. They're coming
You're
from
writing
right here. Well, I am. I'm writing them and I'm co-writing them, and I'm also doing songs that have already been written. I get a lot of demos. I'm very lucky to get a lot of awesome demos from
People send you tapes of songs they've written?
Yeah, and these are from really accomplished, just amazing writers and producers, and so I'm certainly not afraid to do other people's songs as well, and
make them your own.
And make them your own, of course. You have to internalize them and make them your own at some point, and I really enjoy doing that also. So this next record is going to be a little bit of both. There's going to be some co-written stuff like on my last record, and then there'll be some stuff that's that was written for me, or that was kind of sent in to me, and either way, I'm really looking forward to album number 2. It's going to be great.
I know that you had your favorite Leon Russell song.
Oh yeah.
And
what might that be?
And you started adding this y'all in it.
Y'all, yeah.
That the audience would
y'all.
just scream.
Yeah. I don't know why. I think it's just more personal when I say y'all.
Well,
I'm singing this song as opposed to saying
y'all.
I'm singing this song for you. I'm singing this song for y'all, because we kind of have to pluralize it, if that's even a word, and just make it more intimate. Because most of the shows I did on tour were kind of in intimate settings, kind of big clubs, small theaters, so you're kind of really, really up close and personal. And I say y'all is a part of my vocabulary. I'm a southern guy, so.
I answered another question I was going to ask you, where you thought your soul came from. Because you have, and I realized there's the South, that people kind of get the charm and the innocence and the respect and the manners. You know what I'm talking about? There's a whole thing that people love that.
Yeah, I
There's
think
also the soul, and I don't know, it seems to permeate through your voice.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I think I definitely has to do with my upbringing. You know, my home life, and my mother had a lot of soul. You know, she was a soul singer in her heyday.
She was.
So I think
What
I
kind of
just
songs
kind
did
of.
she sing?
Um, well, I don't know any of her original songs. She didn't really write. She just would
Okay.
she would do standards, and she had a local. She would play at the local Jefferson Hotel, which is like the oldest hotel in Richmond and my hometown. And so she gained a lot of notoriety around town. But she mainly did covers, you know, of old standards.
Would she sing around the kitchen?
She would sing.
Did she have the radio, record player going, the turntable?
She always had the record player going. She always had the radio on.
But I didn't go on to be a great, incredible singer.
Yeah, I mean, I think I just, you know, I was just lucky enough to I just was kind of born with just a natural gift, and I'm sure a lot of that was inherited through my mom because she was the first influence. She was the first person to really influence me to even sing or even, I guess, have that ear for music. Just by singing all the time around the house, in the car, you know, playing old records. And it's funny, on the show, we had a standard week, and I sang "It Had to Be You." And that was actually one of the songs that she would actually do, kind of one of the songs in her repertoire that she used to do on a like a weekly basis. And so that was pretty exciting. And so she would always sing songs like that around the house.
Would you sing together?
We would, yeah, we would. We would constantly sing together. It wasn't like all the time, you know, but yeah, we sang quite often together, you know. And
so she's relaxed, kind of soulful, bluesy, and it just seemed natural for you, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, you know, I don't know. I never, you know, I guess I just was born with a talent and a gift, you know, and one day I just finally decided to wake up and start using it, you know. And now I feel very fortunate that I get to use it. And
so did you have voiceless lessons, sing in a choir? You were in a band for a while, I know.
I was in a band for a very short period of time, you know. It was only for a couple months, but no, I didn't have any training. I didn't, you know, go to school for it or take any classes. You know, I just always had a natural ear for music, you know.
Do you remember what that felt like to feel that, being afraid a little bit?
I was very afraid. I felt very nervous. Yes, it was probably the most nerve-wracking experience of my life, but the best at the same time. Not that it wasn't a bad thing. Eventually, I had to learn how to turn that nervous energy into just to make it work for me, you know. But I was a nervous wreck out there. I mean, I constantly forgot lyrics. I felt I butchered so many songs, and it was a lot of that was just, it wasn't from being ill prepared. It was just from being really nervous and just knowing that the entire country is watching the show, and you know, it's kind of easy. It was a tough pill to swallow for me. It just made me very nervous, and I wasn't that accustomed to singing in front of a large audience before that. So that alone, you know, just really kind of irked me a little bit. But you know, now it's like, you know, it's old hat. You know, now I can just get up there, and it's just a natural thing, and that's really where I thrive. You know, and without that experience in the show, I probably wouldn't feel that way now. You know, so it really helped prepare me for everything that I get to do now, you know.
And you've given this sort of through the looking glass Cinderella. I mean, it sounds like you were working.
What'd you call me?
Cinderfella.
Cinderfella. Yeah, I like that.
That's on the cover. So it was really, you were like working in the drugstore, and your friends said, "No, you got to go to try out." And
yeah, they
everything started going from there.
Yeah, they kind of pushed me, and because you know, I watched the show just like everyone else did, and I was a fan of it, and but I never imagined myself being on it or going to try out for it. But there were times where I thought I could do that, you know, I could be up there, and I could sing just as well as some of these people on the show, you know. And of course, my friends, they had way more confidence in me than I did, and I just didn't think it was for me. And you know, finally one day I just was sitting around, and I was between jobs, so I wasn't working full time at the pharmacy, and I was just really at a crossroads in my life where I had to do something, and it had to happen right then and there. You know, I'm kind of a big believer in you know, there's a time and a place for everything, you know, and that was just the right time for me. People always say, well, you know, you're not that young, but you're not that old, you know, and this is kind of late in the game, you know. Why at age 26, you know, did you go try out for the show? And I couldn't imagine it doing it any other time prior, because I may not have been prepared or been able to handle it the way I did this time, you know, at this time that I did this. So, yeah, you know, it's just, it was just time to do something with my life, man. You know, it was just time to really start being productive and use my gift, you know, and you know,
And
American
you
Idol
believe that
American
you
Idol
could.
was the perfect vehicle for that, you know.
Yeah. And you believe that you could. So
Yeah, I eventually came
Finding it.
around. I eventually came around and started to believe that I could do it, and now I just have all the confidence in the world, and I'm the cockiest person alive.
And how disappointed were you when you went off the show before the last
I
spot?
wasn't disappointed at all. There wasn't an ounce of regret. There wasn't an ounce of disappointment. You know, there was a time, like top 5 time, where I thought, you know, I've actually got a legit shot at winning this thing, and that's when that became a reality. But I didn't go into the competition thinking I'm going to win and be the next American Idol. So, you know, I certainly didn't expect to make it as far as I did, and I just felt blessed. You know, I felt relieved, and I felt very proud and accomplished. You know, and I felt like I really done a great thing. You know, and I had a good feeling that I set up a good future for myself. You know, and that's exactly what happened. You know, and I wasn't disappointed at all, and I just kind of embraced it. I had a feeling I was going that week anyways. You know. So I just embraced it, and you know, I've been able to keep in good contact and good graces with everybody there at the show since my departure, and I've made some amazing friends that I'm still, you know, that I'm still in contact with, and it was just the best experience of my life, and I wasn't disappointed at all. But I didn't go into the competition thinking I'm going to win and be the next American Idol. So. You know, I certainly didn't expect to make it as far as I did, and I just felt blessed. You know, I felt relieved, and I felt very proud and accomplished. You know, and I felt like I really done a great thing. You know, and I had a good feeling that I set up a good future for myself. You know, and that's exactly what happened. You know, and I wasn't disappointed at all, and I just kind of embraced it. I had a feeling I was going that week anyways. You know. So I just embraced it, and you know, I've been able to keep in good contact and good graces with everybody there at the show since my departure, and I've made some amazing friends that I'm still, you know, that I'm still in contact with, and it was just the best experience of my life, and I wasn't disappointed at all. You know.
Where's home now?
Home now is on the road.
So
now,
you don't have an apartment or?
Yeah, I have an apartment in LA, in Studio City. That's where I make my home now, and you know, I try to get back to Richmond every chance that I get. But yeah, home is wherever work takes me. So you know, I'm all over the place. Been traveling a lot. You know, I was gone most of the year last year, just on the road traveling. But I've always wanted to travel, and I've always wanted to see the world and see the country, and I've always wanted to sing. So to be able to kind of combine the two and get out there and do some positive things too at the same time has been really special.
Are there moments when, I mean, your social life is changing? I don't know if you have someone special, but being on the road could be lonely.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, sometimes you can have being on the road, you know, with your guys, with the band, you know, living on a bus and then staying in hotel rooms and so forth. It's weird because you do feel alone, even though there's always people around you. You know, at the show you do a meet and greet afterwards, and you meet the fans, and you know, I'm out there doing radio promo stuff while we're on the road, and so it's a very busy schedule, and I'm always around people. But
Who are your homies?
Who are my
You need your homies.
My homies tend to come out on the road with me. My brother, he'll come out for a week sometimes.
Okay.
My homies from back home will come out and hang out. They did this past tour, and it's always great when I get to share these experiences with with the people I'm closest to, you know, friends or family, and I try to make sure I include them whenever I can, you know, when I'm out on the road or
Right.
when I'm doing something really cool, or I get to do like an anthem at a ball game or something because I'm a huge sports fan, and so are all my friends. Things like that. When I get to include them and just kind of share all this fun stuff with them, that's especially, you know. Especially
How
fun.
often have you sang the Star Spangled Banner?
I have done.
I saw it on YouTube and I loved it. Well, the
Yes.
one I saw.
I've lost count now. I've had the opportunity to do so many baseball games. I've done a few NBA games. I've done one NFL game, and then I've done the anthem at a few other kind of like different sporting events that weren't like tennis events and charity events, things like that. But baseball, I've done mostly baseball just because I was on tour during baseball season. You know.
Now, I don't know if there's a word or if you know, but when you're singing and you do the up and down, something happens to me. I get that love feeling. And I don't know.
You get all fuzzy inside?
Yeah. What is that?
That's,
I mean, for me, it happens with great singers. And are you improvising?
yeah,
Like,
you can
is
call
the
it.
spirit moving you? Because that would kind of explain it. That
You can call it improvising. Some people call it runs when you're doing like vocal runs, kind
Right.
of doing up and down, and
But you made that song your own. I mean, I think keep singing that. It's just, yeah, you could own it.
yeah. Well, that's you have to do it. You have to move people when you sing. You have to when you. That's how you make the connection with the audience, with the listener. You know, you have to really make them believe what you're saying, you know, or what you're singing, and feel what you're singing. And if you're getting all warm and fuzzy inside, then I'm doing a good job.
Well, also, for you, all you have to do is stand up there at the microphone. You don't have to be
It's
a
so
Madonna
powerful.
and jump around the stage. And I mean, it's like a gift. I mean,
Yeah.
it's for you to the audience.
I wish I could. I got rhythm. I can dance. I can move, but to
It
dance
would be a
and-
distraction.
To dance and move and sing at the same time, it's like that commercial, like, you know, like people that can't walk and chew gum at the same time. I lose all my senses. I can't do that. I'm not a dancer. I don't really have too many gimmicks. I just kind of have a voice, you know. So
Well, that makes sense because if you, what do you think to get that connection? Are you projecting out some energy or a ball of heart or love, or how do you communicate the feeling?
I think it's just. I think it's a natural. I think it comes out naturally, just because of. It's just because of how I've lived, you know. All the different things I've been through in life, and you've been through them. We've all been through those things, whatever they are. And I think those are the things, whatever they are that I'm speaking of. Those are the things that kind of help build your character, and you know, I've been through some adverse times, and those times have made me stronger. But you know, when you feel people, when you hear people's tone of voice and you hear the way they're singing and projecting, like you said, when you can really feel their pain or their joy or you know what I mean, their sorrow. I think it just comes out naturally, you know, and I think it also, you have to kind of match the emotion up with the lyrics and what you're singing about, you know, so you have to be conscious of that. But I think for me, it just comes out naturally. I'm not trying to sound a certain way.
No, I can
You know
tell.
what I mean?
It's like you just give it over to your higher power or something.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Can you tell during the song when everybody's quiet, do you know, oh, they're really with me? Do you feel it coming back to, or do you wait until you hear the applause to see if you hit a home run with that one?
Usually you can see it on people's faces if it's quiet. Either way, I mean, I like it when it's like really quiet and people are just kind of standing at attention and really like paying attention and listening to you, to every, hanging on to every word, you know.
Yeah.
That's a Michael McDonald song, hang on to every word.
Yeah.
But
Oh, do you do some of his songs? There's some similar, you know, you're guessing like.
oh yeah, I love
I didn't realize until you mentioned, but I always like would play his song on the album over and over.
I love Michael
Something
McDonald's
would come
voice.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you know, I certainly feed off the audience, you know, and whether they're quiet or whether they're, you know, into it, clapping. It just depends on the mood of the song, I guess. But there's just no greater feeling than being on the stage and kind of commanding people's attention just with your voice and doing what you love to do, you know. And it's it's a very powerful feeling, you know, and I don't mean that in like a cocky way. I mean, you know,
No,
I just
no.
mean it's just kind of it's a very spiritual, and I'm not a very spiritual kind of person, but it's just a very spiritual experience, you know. It's almost like having an outer body experience sometimes. It's just, sometimes I just have to kind of say to myself as I'm performing, like, this is really me. This is what I'm doing.
Wow.
I'm on this stage and I have everybody's attention and they're really into what I'm doing and singing, and that's art, you know. It's such a great, it's just a great form of art, you know, and being able to be artistic in front of people and share that with them is, it's very special. It's very special.
I would say another singer with that kind of power, Frank Sinatra.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, he had it.
He-
You could hear
you-
you could hear a pin drop when he's
Right,
singing, right?
and you feel him singing inside your chest somehow.
Yeah, definitely. He's another one that really knew how to evoke that emotion from you. You know, whatever he
Yeah.
was singing. Oh, I'm a big Frank Sinatra guy. Yeah.
Fine. One thing I do want to share, because I realized for me, when I was 17, I got diabetes, the doctor said, well, if you want health insurance, you'll have to be part of a group health plan. And that cut off a lot of careers. Do you have health insurance? Are you able to?
I do.
Have a group plan?
Luckily, I do. I have health insurance through the union because, you know,
The musicians union?
Right. I'm part of the musicians union now. You have to make a certain amount or something like that to qualify. It was tough getting into the union, you know, but
So it's not available for every wannabe musician, obviously.
not every musician. No, I think there's some kind of requirement that you have to have a certain amount of income or something like that. And I'm just lucky enough to be able to have health insurance regardless of who it's with. Inspired by Diabetes is a campaign that was started by Eli Lilly teaming up with the International Diabetes Federation, as well as the American Diabetes Association. And it's basically just it was an expression competition, and we wanted to basically find out, share us your stories with diabetes. How has diabetes affected your life, whether you have it or not, you know somebody that has it, and write an essay about it. Take a photo capturing what diabetes means to you. Writing or drawing or painting a picture about it. And the competition went great, and we are here this weekend to actually, you know, commemorate the inaugural first year of success and to announce the winners, of course. And I actually had a chance to meet a couple of the winners earlier today and see some of their work, and it was really amazing. And this is really a fun thing to be a part of because I'm a very expressive kind of person myself. I know a thing or two about about expression and creative expression, and it's really cool. One of the really cool things too is because I've started to visit a lot of diabetes camps around the country, and one of the things that was donated was Eli Lilly donated a $50,000 to ADA, you know, to help fund ADA camps and to help out lower income families who otherwise wouldn't be able to, I guess, afford to go to diabetes camps, which I think is really cool. And I wish those things were around when I was a kid, because those are some really neat camps. But yeah, I mean, we're here to celebrate the first year and kind of kick off the next year and the next contest, and I'm just excited to be a part of it.
That's great. I think we should have an adult camp.
I'm down. I would come. I would come and be
kick
adult.
back. Someone else manages your diabetes. Take
I
off
would.
your bracelet.
I would love to take a day off from diabetes. That'd be really cool. We should call it that. Take a day off from diabetes.
Yeah, that'd be a good prize.
Way.
Well, Elliott, it's so great to talk with you, and keep up the good work. And
Thank you. You too.
I can't wait to
Pleasure.
hear your next album.
Yeah, look for it, and sometime between this fall and this winter, it'll be out, and I'm really looking forward to it too. Yeah. Miranda and Scott. I've only taken one type of insulin. I've never had to take.
Oh, really? You
Yeah.
just take NPH, or?
Yeah, I went through a stint where I was on NPH, yeah, and then I was on Humalog, and then Now I'm on Novolog, but I've never had to take 2 different kinds, you know?
Just Novolog N?
Yeah, yeah.
That's all you take? That's great.
Because I wear a pump, so that's how.
Oh, so it's,
Can we see the pump?
Yeah.
well, that's got Lice Pro or Novolog in it.
This
That's
is
what
my
you
life.
said.
This is
Okay.
my lifeline, my life support. This is how I stay alive.
How long have you had it? Been on it? During
I've
the
been
show
on
were
it-
you on?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I
Okay.
was. Yeah, I was on. I've been on it for 8 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you set your own basals, like a unit per hour, that kind of
Oh,
thing?
yeah.
Does it go up and down much? Like in
Mine
the middle of
doesn't-
the night?
No, not really. Occasionally it'll get low at night, but it always. Luckily, it always alerts. I always wake up, you know, so in time to correct it. But no. I mean, I don't change my basals that often, you know. Excuse me. When I'm on the road, though, when I'm on tour, like on the road, like living on the bus, then I'll change my basal and I'll kind of up it a little bit, you know.
For the grazing.
Yeah, I give myself a little more per hour, you know.
Yeah.
Thanks for the half a movie.
But when I was in Japan, we all did karaoke and we were
Hi, I'm Scott King.
And I'm Elliott Yamin. And we want to thank you guys so much for watching Diabetes Health TV.
Bye.